Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the morning debrief. It's the 30th of March. The current time is 7:52. The Dow's been closed for 48 minutes, and it closed on a positive note, which was quite interesting because the data wasn't all that good. Confidence numbers weren't positive, or as expected. They actually came in about 6-7 ticks lower than the forecast. In addition to that, we saw some pretty, not encouraging house price numbers, which was a bit of a concern as well. Let's see how it all works. But the Dow closed up, and at the end of the day, that's all really what you're looking for. Positive Dow. The market sort of has its own rate in terms of how it wants to operate, but as we mentioned, the numbers weren't all that flash hot. Okay, let's just have a little bit of a regroup, and there we go. I guess the Dow up 81 points. The Nasdaq was up 9.2. The S&P was up 9.2. The Nasdaq was up 26.21. I guess the major news there, as I mentioned, was home prices in 20 US cities declined 3.1%, and we also saw those confidence numbers, which weren't that robust whatsoever. Okay, just having a quick look at a little bit of an overview there of the general equity markets across the board. We don't need to say that. The Dow all relatively strong. Europe was mixed. The top 50 was down 3. The FTSE was up 27. The CAC was up 10, and the DAX was down 4. Local market was strong though. Local market closed up 27 points, which was quite good at 4,810. Of the major moves last night, I guess the big one there was the yen falls to a 10-month low versus the euro, and the central bank rate outlook there, particularly on the yen. And it seems to be, we're trying to confirm whether they had central bank intervention. Doesn't look like it on face value, but that's something we're going to have to keep a little bit of an eye on. Okay. Let's have a look at the rest of the markets, and if we start off first of all with crude. Crude, a little bit of a lift there last night, and we've got obviously a lot of resistance at 107, but we did get that lift as a result of what we've seen in Libya, and obviously a bit of pushback by the Gaddafi forces against the rebels, and that caused a little bit of insurrection. As a result of that, a little bit less confidence that this, less confident in the market that this concern is getting out of the way. As a result of that, obviously we saw sort of the crude trade to a little bit higher. Have a look at gold. Gold, now this is good. Gold trading sideways. Look, this has held there a couple of times. We took a cheeky short the other night, and we saw it go down. The reason we've taken that cheeky short is just purely on a 100% technical basis. We're looking at this divergence here, and you can have a look that it's certainly there. So that's why we're running with it. Stops are in at 1432 and also 1450. It's miles away, but we're just playing with it just purely on a technical reason. That's all. There's no fundamentals on that trade. It's just technically induced. Okay, so that's gold. Dollar index, as you can see, relatively stable. It does look like it's at the lower end of its range. A little bit of a bounce, bit encouraging here. So we're going to continue to play with that. That should also help the trade in gold. Looking at the Aussie battler, 102.88, looking very strong. There's no doubt about it. Market feels that it will continue to trade higher. From here, as to where, we don't know. This move, as we know, was interesting. Didn't break higher, but broke through and failed. A lot of us jumped on here, but we took our profits far too early. As a result of that, we've lost about 150 points worth of clear gains. But anyway, let's see how that unfolds. The dollar yen, 82.45. Look, as I said, we've added to our positions. We're quite comfortable on it. It doesn't look too bad. Probably expectations are back up to 83, 84. So we're going to run with it for the time being and see how that trades. Comfortably, if you are long, move your stops up. 81.50 is fine. And I know a few people that are long. And we're long as well, so we're just going to run with that trade. Who knows where it might end up. Targets are obviously 83.50 on the top side, then 86. Righty-ho, so that's that on that side. Good strong move in wheat, 738.5, and also soybean. Corn didn't do too well, but you just have a look at this wheat chart. There we are. I think for all intensive purposes, this is for an Elliott person, a nice little 1-2-1-2, and then trading up through 800. So I think that that seems to be all right in my books. Okay, and also with soybeans, I'll just try and get that chart up if I can. If it's easily sorted. If it's not, I won't. No, but have a look at that because I think that that does bode well. Okay, and a break through 760. I think you can add 2 positions. In terms of economic numbers now, I didn't talk about the SPY. SPY was strong last night, and for all intents and purposes, I probably recommend that will continue to trade higher. And I guess you just look around, and yeah, it's got to pick up a little bit more momentum. Happy for that to occur. 48.10 is where the June contract is, and as you can see, it just keeps on edging higher. Not too strong, but that's a trend, and we know where the resistance is on the top side. So that at the moment, the trend's your friend, so you got to run with it. Okay, on the economic front, what do we do? What do we have? Nothing too much. We've got some confidence numbers out of Euro, which are important, and I like the way they break it up into consumer, economic, industrial, and service confidences. So I think that is quite encouraging. Let's see what those numbers actually come out. In the States, job cuts, ADP, employment change, and a few Fed ministers have been having a bit of a talk. But that's really about it. I think, as you know, the big ticket's this Friday, where we've got unemployment rates. So anything there, I think we'll have to really wait and see what those numbers. They will be the key as to how we've been trading and what's actually occurring there. Because to me, that's that to me is important, because that tells us that we're on track. If it comes in at a negative number, if people weigh their concerns on what's happening in the fuel sector, then it could be a little bit of a tailspin. But let's see how that unfolds. Just so everyone knows the trades we've got on, we're still along the grains. Natural gas was still there, although it did have a little bit of a kickback last night. It's going to take a little bit of time to get through that 450, because that is a very solid resistance area. Breaks in that area, then we're fine. Might consolidate a little bit more. So long gold, long natural gas, short yen, and short gold too, just as a pure fundamental, pure technical trade. Well, that's about it from me. I hope everyone has a great day. Happy trading, and we'll certainly talk to you in the coming days. Bye for now.